They will be the moderators for this debate. First up will be the commissioners, and then we will do the judges. Right now, we have Mr. James Leach, Mr. Bobby Wright, and Mr. William Browning.
All right, so thank you for allowing us to come and moderate the debate. I'm Marcia Long, the coach of the San Hope Early College High School Speech and Debate team. It's nice to see some of you. These are some of our students. I've got Sahara Snyder, Brennan Johnson, and Nicholas Kyle. They'll also be helping to moderate. So for tonight's debate, we will first start out with 2-minute introduction speeches from the commissioners and the commissioner candidate. After we do the 2-minute introduction speech per candidate, then we will be pulling out questions that we have not seen. They're in a sealed envelope that came from Ms. Shepard in the Rayford News Journal. And we will be reading questions, and each candidate will have 3 minutes to respond to the question. We will call for you, we'll sort of set precedence after the first one, so we give everybody a fair turn to speak first. After everybody speaks in response to the question for 3 minutes, then they can give a 2-minute rebuttal if they choose to. Okay? All right, then we're ready. If you don't mind standing up, and each of you has 2 minutes to give us an introduction speech. So Mr. Leach, or Commissioner Leach, you have the floor.
Good evening. I'm James Leach, James A. Leach, born and raised in Hoke County. Been here for 57 years. I'm getting old. About as old as they're chasing. But again, we are so grateful to be able to come here tonight to meet with our citizens and answer or ask questions. Thank you so much. I'm blessed to be in Hoke County. I really think that Hoke County is one of the greatest counties in the state of North Carolina. I believe that. I talk about that. But I have a wonderful wife, Valerie Leach, who teaches at the high school. 2 wonderful kids, Christopher Leach and Taylor Leach, who serve in the U.S. Air Force. They've been blessed, doing a great job. Also a local pastor of Rockfish Grove Free Will Baptist Church, with a great membership and great people. I believe in helping the citizens of Hoke County. For the past 23 years, I have enjoyed the relationship we built up in Raleigh and also in D.C. Building a relationship is what local government is all about. It really paid off for us this week, being able to pick up the phone and call Raleigh and call up to Washington to let them know what we need and how we're doing. But I love what I do because I serve people. That's who I am, that's what I'm all about. I always ask you to get to know me for who I am. You'll find out that he is one of the most wonderful young men that ever walked Hoke County, because I love it. I call it home. But I was born in the city of Rayford, the city limits. So I'm from the city of Rayford, born and raised in the city. We call it, down on Maxwell Street, we call it the Cut. Running around there for past 15 years, and I love that. But again, tonight I'm so grateful to be here with you to answer those questions. I'm not going anywhere, but this is home, and I love home. I love it, my family love it. We will continue to do what's right, work for Hoke County, best that we know how. Are we perfect? No. Are we a perfect county? No. We will continue to work to do all we can to see that all of our citizens have a quality life here in Hoke County. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Leach. Mr. Wright, you have the floor.
Thank you. I'd first like to say I appreciate the opportunity to come to say a few words to all of you. It's a very important election, and I think we all should take it very serious. It's sort of tough coming behind a preacher. I'm a farmer, not a preacher, but I'd like to tell you a few things, please. I'm a lifelong resident of Hoke County. I graduated from Hoke County High School and Camel College. It's Camel University now, but it was college while I was there. And I've been married for 52 years to Shirley Johnson Wright. I have 3 sons and 5 grandchildren. I'm a strong supporter of our school system. I've been a commissioner. This is my 16th year. I served 10 years on the school board. While I've been a commissioner, we have built 3 new schools. And while I was on the school board, we built 2 schools. And I think you'll notice that every school in Hoke County has been remodeled to a great extent. We have done as much as we've been able to do with the money we had. I think if you look at this year, that we bought iPads and Chromebooks and stuff like that for over 8,000 students. I'm one that thinks that our students deserve what everybody else in the state has. I think we ought to be better than them. And I'm happy that our board made a resolution that we'd put up the money and buy this. I think that's money well spent for the future of Hoke County. How our students come out, how educated they are, it's gonna make a world of difference. How Hoke County is gonna be in the future. And that's what we need to look at. How is Hoke County gonna be in the future? I'm a Presbyterian, I'm an elder of Bethel Presbyterian Church. I serve on several boards. I'm on the health board, the Smart Start, North Rayford Fire Department, Farm Bureau, and they already telling me to cut off.
2 minutes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wright. Mr. Brown, you have the floor.
Thank you. Good afternoon. It's a great pleasure for me to be here tonight. I come following the preacher, the farmer. I'm a businessman. I'm not necessarily a politician. I want to thank you all for coming. I feel very honored to stand in front of you to run for county commissioner. I've been in the county for 33 years doing business with Brownie's Towing. We have a U-Haul out of Rockfish. I'm retired military, and I want to run this year to be county commissioner because I want to give the county back to the people. Not that, I want to thank Commissioner Leach and Commissioner Wright. I think they've done a good job. I think we need to look a little bit differently how the county is going and what direction it's going in. I believe I'm the man that will make it go in a different direction. And if you want to see something a little bit different in the county, put me as your next county commissioner, and we will make a difference. Thank you.
Okay, we will now read our first question.
Does Hope County's subdivision ordinance do enough to protect home buyers from issues such as flooding and faulty home construction, and if not, how would you address that? Does Hope County's subdivision ordinance do enough to protect home buyers? Does Hope County's subdivision ordinance do enough to protect home buyers from issues such as flooding and faulty home construction? And if not, how would you address that? Does Hoke County's subdivision ordinance do enough to protect home buyers from issues such as flooding and faulty home construction? And if not, how would you address that?
For the first question, who would like to speak first? Okay, Mr.
Thank
Wright,
you.
You've got the floor for 3 minutes.
Thank you. An ordinance is something that will continue to be a work in progress. We have a very good ordinance. We have smart planning, smart zoning. Ordinance will continue to be changed. You have to go in and make changes to make it work for the citizens of our county. We will continue to upgrade it, to do what's best with it. Right now, it's a very good ordinance. Our inspectors go out and do a real good job before that you're able to get the permits that you need to move into that home. We have one of the strongest ordinances in the state of North Carolina. The builders was coming over at one time, right back, so we had to go in and tighten up our ordinance. They tell us now that we have one of the tightest ordinances in the state of North Carolina. It costs so much to build a home here, affordable home, they call it, that it's hard to build an affordable home because of our ordinance and the things that we have in place to protect our citizens. Our citizens come first. We will continue to protect them. We will continue to keep a strong ordinance, and our inspectors will continue to do their job. For the flood area, we look very close. We have environmental to go out and check the earth, the ground, to make sure that it's solid. They're able to build a home in that area. We will continue to monitor that. There will always be work to do in that area, but you have a good department of planning, a good zoning department, and a good board of commissioner. So yes, we are on the right move, the right road to have a strong ordinance to protect our citizens.
Thank you. Next, Mr. Wright, would you like to go next?
Please, ma'am. As a lot of you have read the paper recently, you see a lot of changes that we've made in our ordinance. We have a very strong ordinance, as James says. We tightened down on our ordinance extreme amount, trying to hold back the building till we got our wastewater facility. Now we have changed a few things to make it easier for the builders to do, not things that would take money away from the county, but make it a little easier on the builders. If we think that the folks that doing the building, their financial statement is strong enough that we won't charge a bond, they can put up a personal bond, and that would save them about $1,200 a lot. Well, that $1,200 will be passed right on down to the customers. We take as far as asphalt or concrete gutters, you're talking about asphalt's about $350 cheaper. Well, that's not really affecting anything as far as your house and stuff goes, but it does make it cheaper for the builder and for the people buying the house. As far as the flood zones and stuff like that, most of our flood zones and stuff is regulated by the state. The county doesn't do flood zoning. That's if you look over your criteria, you'll find that that's part of the state thing, just like the county doesn't do roads. The roads are part of your state. Each entity has its separate units that it deals with. Like the school system has their job, the county commissioners have their job, the state and the federal government have their job. We try to oversee it. When we see something we think is wrong, we try to get in touch with these folks and tell them where we think the shortfalls are and try to get these things corrected, which I think helps a whole lot. But I think we have a good ordinance. As James says, it's work in progress. We don't just pass one and leave it for years. We all the time looking at it, trying to make it better, serve the citizens of Hoke County. And that's what our job is about, the citizens of Hoke County. Thank you.
Mr. Brown, you've got 3 minutes.
Thank you. If I could I get that question one more time, because I believe I have a misunderstanding.
Does Hoke County's subdivision ordinance do enough to protect homebuyers from issues such as flooding and faulty home construction? And if not, how would you address that?
Okay. If I'm not mistaken, I went to a meeting with the commissioners where they loosened the restrictions a little bit on the house building in Hoke County. I'm not sure that I agree with it. I've talked with a couple other engineers. It may be a good thing, but they want to put more houses on a piece of property where they want to, I believe it was 5 foot apart, maybe 5 foot apart and 20 foot backyard. I think what we need to look at as a fact is we just had a disaster. If you look at some of the homes that were flooded in this area, I've talked to DOT about why can't we do something now, and we should have done it months ago when we had small rains where houses were being flooded. And I'm talking about especially in Rockfish. I could not get that accomplished, but had we had a couple commissioners come out and look at all the situation that was going on in the county, we could have got something probably done. Also, you need to look at the roads that are existing, and they talk about poor people. There is a lot of poor people in Hoke County, but we got people right now where the roads are completely washed out. I'm not talking about your main roads, your blacktop roads, I'm talking about your dirt roads. They can't even get ambulances down there, you can't get no police down there, you can't get no kind of service to these people. They're the ones that also need help. I believe in building, I believe they have a good idea somewhat on when they do build these new buildings and the way they go about putting in the drainage and all. And I think it really needs to be looked at. And I think we do have some good inspectors, we really do. But I think in some areas we are lacking professionalism in the different departments to get that accomplished. If I become county commissioner, I'm gonna look at all departments. I don't wanna look at just one. I will be overseeing everything that I can possibly do for the citizens of Hoke County. Thanks.
We'll now have 2-minute rebuttals. If you would like to give a 2-minute rebuttal speech, Mr. Leach, the floor is yours.
No, thank you.
Okay. Mr. Wright? Okay, and Mr. Brown. Okay, then we will go on to the second
or will you seek to raise or lower it? Is Hoke County's tax rate of 75 cents where it should be, or would you seek to raise or lower it?
Mr. Brown, you have 3 minutes. Sorry.
This has been one of my pet peeves for a long time. I believe when they came back and done a reassessment of our properties, I believe along with the rest of the commissioners, I'm not saying that we need to raise or lower. When they come back and did an assessment on me, I believe they assessed me twice what my property was really worth. Look, now on these taxes, we're not going to, if I am elected commissioner, I'm looking to not raise, but possibly lower it. I think they need to go back out and do a reevaluation of some of this property, because I think some of the property out in the county is over-evaluated. I think, in taxes, you talk about taxes, that's one of my pet peeves. I'm still working on trying to get 04 taxes paid. I'm trying to, and I know I talked to the commissioners about it, there's folks that have not paid their taxes since 04. I think today, as of today, the total amount of taxes collected is falling short because they still need to collect right near $9 million. And that needs to be collected. They're poor people, I understand that. If the poor people don't pay, nobody else should pay. I think that the poor people can still pay something, whether it's $5, $10, $15, they have to contribute to the well-being of Hoke County. Now, they say that they can't collect the taxes on poor people because by the time that they do their foreclosures, the property is not worth that amount. And I know Mr. Wright will get up and rebut this, but they still need to pay something. And as far as raising taxes, that's the last thing to do. You need to manage the money you've got, work with it, and if anything else, lower the taxes. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Brown.
Mr. Leach, you actually have the floor next for 3 minutes.
Thank you. We did work during the budget process trying to lower our tax by 2%. We're not able to do that. But you also have to look at the growth of your county and the needs of your county. We have a very good tax rate, 75%. I would like to see it cut by 2, but you have to understand that we have needs. Our school system is growing. Our citizens have great need. And we're a growing county, one of the fastest growing county, one of the in the nation. As we continue to grow and get commercial growth, then we'll be able to lower our tax rate. I think with the amount of money that's coming in from our tax rate now, is helping us to run our county and take care of our citizens. We have to think about public safety. You have to think about education. And you have to think about our children, those that need help. We have a great county. We need to continue to keep it that way. But believe me, you have a board of commissioners that believe in, if we're able to lower the tax rate, we will. And we will get there. As residential continue to grow, it will enable us to gain commercial. When commercial continued to grow, it was able us to lower our tax rate. But yes, we have one of the lowest tax rate around the state of North Carolina, and we're doing well with the money that comes in. We was ranked 99 out of 100 county 23 years ago. Today, we're in the mid-60s. I think that's progress. I think that's moving with a low tax rate. But yes, our citizens come first. Our tax rate, we will keep it as low as possible. But we will take care of our citizens.
I certainly agree with you, Brownie. I don't want taxes raised. I'm a farmer, majority of my wealth is in land. And you know a lot of the taxes in Hoke County come from land. So I know how it is to pay taxes. It's not something that's new to me. We tried hard to get it lowered 2 cents. I realize we're building the new school. We got the most green school in the nation in Hoke County. We're #1 in that. You know, it's good to see some of the things in Hoke County be the best in the nation. It brings pride to the folks in Hoke County. But I think we're spending our dollars wisely. I think we've got a good process. If you think your taxes are too high, which I think mine are too high, but being a county commissioner, I didn't go before the Equalization and Review Board to get them lowered, but we did have a lot of people, and we do look at them real strong when we can. And most of the people that have a legitimate claim got their taxes lowered. So there is a process to get your taxes lowered, because the county, like everybody else, makes some mistakes. We try not. But if we did, you've got a chance. We've met about 4 times reducing these things. Daphne can tell you all about that, give you the information, what you need to do to be able to get that accomplished. And I hope this next time around our taxes will be lowered some. We're spending a lot of money. Hoke County had a lot of infrastructure to catch up on. And all y'all wonder about the infrastructure and the money we spend on the solid waste facility, but only the people that use the solid waste pay for it. But you say, well, I'm not on sewer, why does it affect me? You don't have the retail sales unless you got sewer capacity. And without that, then you don't have the retail sales. And retail sales is where you get your money to operate off of. I mean, that's